Champ is here. Islam, как себя чувствуешь, брат? Как обстановка? Заряжен, да?
Islam Makhachev just became the most feared man in 2 divisions, and the world has no idea what's coming next. You heard that right. The lightweight king who dismantled everyone at 155 has turned the Dagestani mountains into a personal war zone, training like a man possessed to conquer welterweight. And the shocking part? Every sparring partner says he's stronger than ever. But before you call it hype, wait until you hear what's happening inside that camp, because it sounds less like training and more like a declaration of war.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you were fighting at 70 and 60%, where do you think we will notice that? Like, as the fans, if you at 55 was 70% and you at 170 is going to be 100%.
Let's see after the second round if it's happened. After the second round, after the third round, like champions round. Let's see, because I feel I like already feeling the camp. How is my recovery? How is I feeling after the third rounds? That's why it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be something new for me.
Well, it'll probably give you a lot of confidence, like early on too, that you just don't feel like you need to manage your energy as much early on.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Was that something
I think
that was
so.
in
You
your
know,
mind?
like I don't know how it's gonna be 100%, but still, I feel like many different things. You know, like every day I like eat good food, like use the protein and creatine. It's helped me a lot also for recovery.
Sources say Islam isn't chasing another belt, he's chasing immortality. Long runs through freezing peaks, endless wrestling rounds with middleweights, and a terrifying new level of focus. Khabib himself has been spotted overlooking these sessions, making sure every move is surgical. But here's the twist. Rumors say Islam's not just building size, he's building trapdoors into his strategy. Multiple game plans designed to dismantle Jack Della Maddalena no matter how he fights.
You know, he don't have some just one plan for fight, and he have plan A, B, C, and like all alphabet, you know, D, E, A, everything, you know, like if something not he couldn't do, he gonna try other one not good, he have next plan, you know. And he's amazing fighter, and he's amazing friend, brother, and I think he will take this belt. I think he deserves.
Yeah. When I talked to him right after he vacated the lightweight title, he said he was having a bit of a hard time like adding on the muscle and keeping it on. He said it wasn't making him feel good, but he looks very good now. Do you think he's like very built well for welterweight?
Yes, he become a bigger, you know, now he have more power, more than ever, and I think he's ready.
Khabib Nurmagomedov says Islam's strength now feels inhuman, not show muscle, functional power. When he grabs you, you don't breathe. You just wait for the mat to hit your back. Tagir Ulanbekov backed it up, saying even natural middleweights are struggling to hold their base against him. That's the kind of strength that doesn't just win fights, it breaks wills. But not everyone's buying it. Across the world, Belal Muhammad, who knows that Dagestani pressure firsthand, warned Jack might be walking into a nightmare he can't wake up from. He compared this matchup to Duplessis versus Chimaev, a one-sided drowning where the striker never found air. Belal's message is clear. Jack's style doesn't survive that kind of pressure.
I mean, I think my mindset, I think Islam can finish him on the ground for sure. And especially it's like we saw with DDP. If you never felt one of those Dagestani style wrestlers, like you don't want it to be your first time in the cage feeling it. And Islam and them, they have a different feel. They have a different type of grappling. So for JDM, Even in our fight, he makes mistakes on the ground.
But hold up, Nurmagomedov fired back with a twist that stunned analysts. He says Maddalena's not Bilal, and his scrambles could rewrite the script. According to him, Jack's chaotic escapes might actually disrupt Islam's rhythm, something we've never seen before.
Islam, he's moving up to 170. Do you think that he gets the job done and wins that title, or do you think JDM retains?
It's gonna be hard for him, but it's possible to Islam Makhachev wins the second bout. JDM is great fighter, great striker, but Islam is tricky. He has a good wrestling. He's southpaw. He don't get hits, but he takes people down. He walks people down. And also, we all see the JDM Belal Muhammad's fight, and then I'm sure Islam will take lots of lessons from this fight, and Islam will make some adjustments. It's possible. It's gonna be hard, but Islam can win the second bout.
And if you think that's crazy, Demetrius Johnson just dropped the biggest bomb yet. He said this fight could go either way depending on one single reaction, how Jack defends the first takedown. One mistake, one pivot too slow, and the entire fight changes in a heartbeat. Don't blink, because later in this video I'll tell you why Robert Whittaker believes Jack's secret weapon could shock even Islam's camp.
It turned out to be a banger fight. For him to take on a guy like Islam Makhachev, not steering away from that challenge. And you know, Islam is coming up, so he's going to be, I feel like comparably size-wise, they're going to be about even, you know. Islam's super good. JDM's got Craig Jones in the camp to, you know, battle. And Volkanovski to battle that, you know, Dagestan wrestling. It's going to be, it could be two things. It could be a very, very boring fight, or it could be a very, very exciting fight. Meaning by the way it could be boring is if Islam's able to take down JDM and get his back, hold him there, out grapple him, stifle him. He could potentially do that. But the one thing I love about JDM when he fights is he never accepted position. When he was fighting Gilbert Burns, great grappler, takes him down. Right when he gets up, he throws that knee into the void. Gilbert Burns ducks down into it. He runs into it. JDM doesn't accept the position when he gets taken down. He's always looking to grapple, always look at the anti-wrestle. That's what makes this fight exciting. And he's got some fucking good hands. He's not the way his boxing is, he's very tight. I'm excited for that fight just because we're seeing the best at 155 take on the best at 170. It's very rare when the moons align. Same thing at the co-main event. Shevchenko taking on Wade.
Let me have a turn in the main event.
Okay. Go ahead, babe. Go ahead, get in there.
Let me just move on. I got things to say about this.
Let's go.
But
Meanwhile, Whittaker himself has gone all in on his fellow Aussie. He says Jack thrives in chaos, the kind Islam's style accidentally creates. If Jack makes Islam hesitate for even one exchange, that's when the power lands. That's when everything flips.
Because I think Jack has that X factor. I think he has the gut, the grit, the determination to fight the takedowns, to fight the ground, the takedown attacks that Islam is going to go for. And I think in a striking fight, straight up, Jack is better. I think he wins in the hands. Yeah. I think Jack's got the better game to strike over 5 rounds than Islam does as well, especially if Islam is trying to go for takedowns during the fight. Yeah. I think, and this is people sleep on Jack's grappling game. They sleep on his jiu-jitsu. I don't think Islam is going to be as gun-ho with the takedowns as everybody believes, because Jack has that level of offense off his back.
Ian Machado Gary turned it into a one-question war. Can Jack stay on his feet? That's it. He believes Jack's striking is world-class, but once Islam grabs him, it's over. The fight becomes gravity versus heart, and that's what makes this so addictive, because both men have the kind of composure that breaks their opponents, not themselves.
The fight for me really is when Islam grabs a hold of Jack, how good has Jack improved? Because Islam is world class at that and has been for probably his entire life because of the way he trains and where he has come from. So can Jack stop that consistently like he did against Belal? Because he did a phenomenal job against Belal at stopping that. But can he do that against someone who's just cleaner, more technical? On the feet, I think Jack wins it cleanly. I think he'll jab, switching stances. He'll have a bit more fluidity due to the fact that Islam's not going to be changing stances so regularly. So I think Jack can do it on the feet, but the question mark is, can he stop? the takedown consistently over 5 rounds.
I think Della Maddalena's got a bright future. I don't know whether he's going to hold the belt or, you know, he's going to lose it to another one of the top contenders and then pick it back up again. I don't think he's going to lose it to Makhachev, though. I think Makhachev holds the lightweight belt against anybody in the world, you know, on any day, you know, including Ilia Topuria. I don't think if he moved up, he would have much success against Makhachev.
Dan Hardy brought the voice of reason, wondering if Islam's power at welterweight is real or just an illusion. Moving up doesn't guarantee dominance, it tests it. The higher weight might slow him just enough for Jack's hands to find home, but Steve Urseg says Jack's calm is his greatest weapon. Against Bilal, he didn't panic, didn't rush. He waited for perfection. He believes that same patience could turn Islam's aggression into opportunity. Think Dustin Poirier versus Makhachev, but with heavier artillery.
Yes, I mean, I've known for a very long time that Jack is an amazing fighter. He's really good. And he shocked me on how good he was. Like, he handled the grappling exchanges so well. And it's the best striking performance I've seen from him. Like, he just, like, the big moment, like, he rose to the occasion. It was, like, fantastic to see. And I really do think, I do think that the grappling from Islam, like, he's a better technical grappler than Bilal is, but he's not quite as big. He's not as imposing. And yeah, if you look at the Dustin Poirier fight, Poirier was able to stop some of his takedown and win some scrambles and stuff like that. I feel like not only will Jack be able to do that, but when he lands punches, it's going to be way more devastating.
Still, Philip Rowe isn't convinced. He thinks Islam's body doesn't belong at 170. At lightweight, he bullied guys. At welterweight, that advantage disappears. Jack's size, pace, and pressure could drown him in deep waters. But Luke Rockhold, who's trained with Islam, fired back instantly. You're dead wrong. Rockhold claims Islam at 170 is an apex predator. No weight cut, no fatigue, just pure explosive violence.
Philip Rowe, what's cracking, man?
Chilling.
Hey, now listen, you're welterweight, you've been in the game a long time. Islam moving up to 170. Is he big enough for 170?
My personal opinion, I don't think he is, but he's a champ. We'll see when he's there. You know what I'm saying? He has a fight. He's fighting the champ. That's the best 170 in the world right now, right? So we'll see.
So you don't think he has the size, but how do you think he does in a fight versus JDM?
I personally think JDM beats him. I think JDM will be able to get up if he does take him down. I don't think he'll be able to take JDM shots. I think personally he'll stop Islam.
Stay with me, because in about 30 seconds, you'll hear the jaw-dropping prediction from a UFC legend who says Islam's entire legacy could hinge on this one fight. Jorge Masvidal warned that extra mass can kill a fighter's rhythm. He's seen it happen. When Islam moved like lightning at 155, no one could touch him. But at 170, he's facing men who hit harder, resist longer, and fight meaner. Masvidal believes Jack's aggression could shatter Islam's timing completely.
Do you see him beating JDM to win that welterweight title?
That's a tough fight. That's a very tough fight. It's going to be interesting. You know, I think those are my 3 favorite fighters in the UFC right now. We go Islam, Topuria, and JDM. JDM's he's fun to watch. So, I mean, that's going to be a great fight. You know, he's no slouch at wrestling, but you have a guy that's wrestled his whole life and grappled his whole life versus JDM, who's kind of like, he's secondary on that, but, you know, you never know. He's a bigger guy. So, you know, we'll see how Islam, how he bulks up and how he looks. He looks a lot bigger than what I remember. I used to train with him forever. So, I mean, he's definitely grown. You know, we'll see how he carries the weight.
Sean Brady's take was tactical. He says Jack's not static on the ground. Even when taken down, he scrambles, explodes, resets. That unpredictability could frustrate Islam enough to make him second guess his control. Then came Israel Adesanya. Cool, clinical, surgical. He believes Jack's best chance is range. Keep it long, keep it technical, deny entries. But even Izzy admitted it. Islam's switch between striking and grappling is terrifying. You never know when the storm's coming.
I've seen Islam, bro. He's a big guy. He's sucking out a lot of weight to get to 55. I think he might start doing better at 70. Problem is though, Jack is special. We're gonna see just how special he is if he beats Islam Jack. #1 pound for. Wow, that's impressive. You know, I'm leaning towards Islam, brother.
Oh, really?
You know, but I really think it's gonna be a tough fight for him, but a great fight, man.
Jack was able to defend takedown attempts by Bilal.
Bilal has the best cardio in MMA, but Bilal doesn't have Islam's technique. Not same technique. Not same. Very good, very aggressive. Bilal never stops a dog. Attack. But Islam is like smart, man. Boom. You know, Islam's level of wrestling is above. His stand-up game is improving. I don't think he could go stand-up in the beginning with Jack. Jack has way better hands, way better range, faster, stronger. But as the rounds go on later and later, he could do.
Dan Hooker, who felt Islam's grip firsthand, said this fight isn't just about belts, it's about legacy. Jack defending his throne, Islam chasing godhood. Two worlds colliding, two men willing to risk everything. Yoel Romero called Maddalena the new breed, brains with brutality. He said that kind of balance might be what finally cracks the Dagestani code. Beneil Dariush, who's fought Islam himself, made a chilling prediction. This will be the hardest fight of Makhachev's life. He says Jack's natural size and pace could drag Islam somewhere he's never been. Panic.
Speaking of the Islam and Jack fight, what are your early thoughts on that fight?
I think it's a lot tougher of a fight for Islam than people are giving Jack credit for. Like, Jack's very hard to hold down. He's a big body, hits like a freight train, has knockout power, and he showed, like, yeah, you can getting someone down doesn't mean dick. Can you hold them down? Jack's really good at creating scrambles, getting back to his feet, separating hands. Like, we've seen that with Bilal. Gilbert did better at taking Jack down than Bilal did. He had better positions on him, but yeah, I don't know. Selfishly for me, I would want Islam to win because I want to fight Islam as for a legacy thing. And I think I can beat Islam. I think I can beat anybody in the world. And I want to grapple. I want my grappling to go against his grappling and see who's better. You know, I really would love for that to play out. But if I had to pick, and I know Jack would be the underdog, I would pick Jack.
Then Gilbert Burns stepped in with the veteran's eye. He says Islam's move might secretly make him even deadlier, fresher, faster, and hungrier. But Burns also warned Jack's no fool. He's quietly sharpened his jiu-jitsu and takedown defense to elite levels. This won't be a brawl, it'll be chess with broken noses.
While we're in super fight chats, because you guys both know a lot about these two people, Della versus Islam. How are we feeling about that?
I think Della is going to get it done. I feel from talking to Tim and also seeing Della, and also I've only sparred Della once, like not really hard crazy, but, and I didn't try and take him down at all, but I've seen him at your gym sparring, and his scrambles are crazy.
Yeah, he's
Even
good
watching
scrambles.
him with Bilal as well, and Gilbert Burns, his scrambles are crazy, and I feel Islam would feel like he bit off more than he could chew once he gets in there with him, because when he puts some things on him, he's like, oh shit, I'm standing with this guy, I have to take him down. And then he tries, gets him down, and he gets back up, or he couldn't get him down, because he's a big dude. People don't realize how big Della is as well. He's solid. So I really
Dense,
think,
man, just dense.
Dense, yeah. Like when I felt, like I said, we're sparring, and then it's just a weight behind it, and the
And finally, Colby Covington, never short on opinions, called it the mental war of the year. He believes Islam's unpredictability, the threat of a punch or a takedown every second, will freeze Jack's timing. You can't hit what you can't predict, he said.
Also, credit to him for stepping up to the plate and coming up to welterweight. Definitely got my respect for being able to move up a weight class and fight Jack Della. Like, it's something that even the greatest lightweight of all time, Khabib, who never managed to chase that accomplishment in being a two-division champ.
Yoel Romero gives his honest take. Yoel Romero just shared his thoughts on a potential showdown between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena, and it's a must-hear. Romero believes that Maddalena, while being a big 170-pounder, might face a tough challenge against Makhachev's superior grappling. Do you think Jack's striking can beat Makhachev's grappling?
Islam versus JDM. Do you still favor Islam in that matchup?
I'm going to lean now towards JDM. I feel like the size will make a difference. Cardio-wise, JDM has great cardio. Maybe I'm wrong, but so I just feel like JDM.
Islam's working very hard. He's being vocal that he wants to go up to 170. I think he's a big boy. He killed himself to make 55. I think that's the right division for Islam. He just tweeted something after the fight that he will not vacate the title, and then he vacated the title. I don't know, but probably that was in the negotiation. Yeah, I like him moving up. I proving himself. He's #1 pound for pound right now. It's a good fight. Jack and Islam closer than people think, especially with Jack Della Maddalena doing a lot of training with Volk, with Craig Jones, those guys that kind of back the Islam on that first Volk fight. I think they're gonna have a lot of info, a lot of study, a lot of answers. It's closer than people think, this fight. I really like this fight. I don't have time right now. I didn't have time to dig deep a little too much on that fight, but I think it's way closer than people think. And JDM has a clear shot on beating.
Now here's the real kicker. Islam's camp is whispering that his power, speed, and cardio are peaking at once. Meanwhile, Jack's camp swears his timing, composure, and strength are sharper than ever. The truth? One of them's lying. And when that cage door slams at Madison Square Garden, we'll find out who.
Islam versus JDM. What do you make of that? Islam moving up to now welterweight.
Yeah, it's an interesting fight. I'm excited to see how it goes. You know, Islam, you know, is a lightweight. He's going to be a little smaller in the fight, but he's a well-rounded fighter. So, you know, if he's able to take down JDM and control him, you know, he could definitely get the job done. But it's going to be interesting to see how the size advantage plays a difference in the fight.
Who do you favor?
I mean, I seen the odds were pretty big. They favored Makhachev like 3-1. So I guess I got to go with the odds if they're going 3-1. But just because JDM doesn't have good takedown defense, but you never know. It's a fight, and JDM has some good hands, so it should be an exciting fight for the fans.
This isn't just a title fight. It's a collision between two ideologies: precision versus chaos, control versus freedom, legacy versus destiny. And when the dust settles at UFC 322, either Islam Makhachev will walk out as the two-division king, or Jack Della Maddalena will carve his name into history by slaying the most feared man in MMA. Whichever way it goes, it won't just be a fight, it'll be a reckoning.